Hey guys, here is number 2 in the series of Alana in the school years. Now, as I mentioned, this idea is totally taken from Michael Buckley. I advise you every time I do a blog, you should watch Michael Buckley. His blogs are so entertaining, especially his school year vlogs, so go check them out. Michael Buckley is under Perone75. Scroll down and you'll see his blog. So entertaining. So I had some fun trying to think up ideas for grade 1. I remember grade 1 being a lot of fun, much like kindergarten. Now, in grade 1, I moved to a new school just after kindergarten. We moved across town. My parents bought a house in a new part of town, so that meant going to a whole new school. Now, I don't ever remember being worried about the new school. I was always very excited to go meet new kids and just get back to school. I liked kindergarten an awful lot. Now, the big change in grade 1 was we go for the full day. You go first thing in the morning, and you're there all day long. So I remember being very excited about that. I remember my grade 1 teacher, her name was Mrs. Owens, and she rode a motorcycle. I remember thinking that was kind of cool that my teacher rode a motorcycle to school. I remember Mrs. Owens played the piano a lot. We were always singing in class, which I probably started my love affair for singing back then. I still try to sing now at karaoke and whatnot. So lots of singing. I remember back in those days when I was in grade 1, it was the early 1980s. It was still very safe to walk to and from school with just your friends. I don't remember parents being there all the time walking us to school. I remember we'd walk to school as a big group of friends. Now, of course, that kind of thing is not safe to do these days, but that was the early 1980s. It was a lot of fun to do. It was safe, I guess, back then. I remember one of the kids that we would walk to school with, who was much older than me. His name was Kylie Hendricks. He is now pre-Vale in the Swollen Members Band. And I distinctly remember being at his house when I was in my grade 1, and he was quite a few years older than me. His sister was in my grade. And I remember we would sit in these little Smurf chairs on the floor, and he would be up at the family record player scratching a Smurf record. I kid you not, I remember that very distinctly, and who, of course, years down the road he did become quite famous, probably starting with the scratching of the record. So that was kind of neat. My neighbor, Kylie Hendricks. Back to the singing. I remember we would walk down the road from our school. There was an old folks home. I think it seemed like we would go like once every week or two, probably every week, I would think, and we'd sing to the people living in the home, and we'd visit with them. I always really enjoyed doing that. Now, I remember in the last blog about kindergarten, I told you the old wise tale that the teacher fell out the window that I believed. Now, my new school, it had a whole new tale to it that I was told and totally believed. There was this big mountain behind our school, and I was told that there was a haunted house up there, complete with a witch, and I totally believed it. I remember being petrified to go up onto this mountain because I believed there was a haunted house up there with a witch. I need to ask my parents what they thought of these stories, or even if I did come home from school and tell them these stories. I was such a gullible child, and to be quite honest, I'm still kind of gullible, but that's a whole other vlog. Singing, witches, Kylie, new school, I loved it. I stayed there for a few years. I guess that's about it for grade 1. That's all I remember. Now, I've got a few ideas for grade 2. You're going to watch them. I was a weird child, and I'm going to share what I think now is kind of a funny story. So you'll have to check back in the next couple of days and see Alana in grade 2. And again, do this yourself. Make a video blog. Tell me about your grade 1 days, or whatever grade, any kind of stories, funny, interesting, memorable. Tell them to me. Leave them as a video response down below. And as always, subscribe to my blogs, add me as a friend, and favorite my videos. Thanks so much, guys. Hope you're having a great day. See ya.